And the Israel-Hamas war is creating political pressure on President Biden back here at home. Dozens of protesters were arrested at the Capitol today as they demanded a ceasefire in the war. And a new CBS News poll finds most Americans disapprove of the president's handling of the conflict. And that number is growing as the war stretches into its third month. CBS's Ed O'Keefe travels to the battleground state of Michigan to understand how the war could impact Biden's re-election hopes.
23-year-old Adam Abu Saleh's concerns about President Biden are an alarm bell for Democrats.
As a community, we're tired of voting for the lesser of two evils.
4 years ago, he campaigned for the president, urging neighbors in predominantly Arab American Dearborn, Michigan, to vote against Donald Trump.
If you were to ask me 2 months ago if I was going to vote for Joe Biden, yeah, I would have held my nose and voted for him.
But as the administration continues standing by Israel's deadly attacks in Gaza,
in November we remember.
Abu Saleh says he and his community can no longer stand by the president.
The same way that they're being silent right now in the face of injustices, we're going to be silent in November 2024.
Abdullah Hammoud is Dearborn's first ever Arab American mayor. And he says many here have lost loved ones during the fighting.
What's unfolding overseas is not a political crisis and it's not complicated. It's a humanitarian one.
A Democrat, the mayor applauds the president's domestic accomplishments, but is now struggling with his support.
If you face the binary choice of re-electing the president or re-electing the former president, what do?
Well, you have an issue where you have both individuals with blood on their hands. One is spewing obviously very hateful rhetoric, but we have a current president whose policies overseas have resulted in the loss of nearly 20,000 Gazans.
Holding Michigan is key to a Biden victory in 2024. 146,000 Muslim Americans voted here in 2020, with nearly 70% nationally going for the president. But Abu Saleh warns the anger here could cost the president the election.
So then what will the people do? Stay home?
No, we're going to go vote, but we're going to keep the top of the ticket empty.
You would skip voting for president in 2024?
Yes.
Even if it meant Donald Trump might win the presidency?
If you were to tell me that my vote would be the vote whether Biden wins in Michigan or not, I will still not vote for Biden.
Well, from the campaign trail, now Ed O'Keefe joins us from the White House as another issue facing President Biden is Ukraine funding. President Zelensky in Washington tonight as Congress blocks aid. What's at stake here, Ed?
Well, Norah, this really is a last-ditch attempt by President Zelensky to save needed war funding. It's been caught up in a fight between Congress and the president over border policy. CBS News has learned President Biden personally invited Zelensky to Washington, first for bipartisan meetings on Capitol Hill. Then they'll have a press conference together here at the White House. Zelensky is so concerned about the impasse that in a speech earlier today here in Washington, he warned, quote, if there's anyone inspired by unresolved issues on Capitol Hill, it's Putin and his sick clique. Norah?
That's pretty strong, Ed O'Keefe. Thank you.